Leah. Here's my student ID. This is the New York Times #1 assignment. So the article I chose for this was called Why Do We Experience Awe? And to clarify that, awe is the emotion we get when we look at like a really pretty scene of nature, or we watch a video that like gives us the tingles and the goosebumps. That's awe. And this article I read, it focused it on case studies that were done basically. One of them, an example, was at a college campus where they had students and participants look at a stimulus that was like a scene of nature, something really pretty, trees, or watch a video, something that was supposed to make them feel awe. And after they would do that, somebody would walk by and accidentally drop pens. And what they found was that the person who experienced the awe, that was touched by the stimulus, was more likely to go and help the person who dropped their pens or pick up more pens for them, whereas the person who didn't feel anything wasn't as likely to be so generous. So that was just an interesting fact. Another thing they found was that when we experience awe, it makes us feel more connected to everything around us. And that's why in big groups, when something phenomenal is happening, take for example the solar eclipse that just happened. When I saw it, I was at UCF, and we were all in this big area around the reflection pond, and we were all watching it with our glasses, and everybody was sharing their glasses, everybody was talking to each other, and we were all strangers. But it was just that emotion at the moment of the feeling of awe that we were feeling. It just makes you feel like you're connected to everyone around you. So it's super cool. It relates to the course because it's psychology, it's physiology. The psychology behind it is something in our mind, when we see something, it just clicks. And we have a certain memory, like that's just drawn from the past and makes us happy. Or it just motivates us all of a sudden to do something better with ourselves. And in physiology, it's the limbic system that's in charge of all the emotions in our brain. And the hippocampus, that's the memories, which draws like up the memories. And then the goosebumps we get and like the shivers that happen when we're feeling awe. It's all part of a big cycle. So to look for more information for this, I went to UCF's database and I just typed in physiology of awe, and I think 2 things probably came up, so I had to broaden my search a lot. So then after that I typed in physiology of emotion, and that's where I got a huge list of everything, so I had to narrow it back down. And I looked for the emotions more of like joy, happiness, being overwhelmed, and awe. So then I could narrow it down and make assumptions about that. But what I found was that not much research is being done on it, at least not in the sources that I used. And I think that's kind of odd, because awe is such a powerful emotion that makes so many people feel so many different things, but it's all the same concept. So I think more research should be done on it. Another interesting fact that I read from the article that was just like a big was that society in general is lacking awe. And I can see that happening because we're all too absorbed in the superficial materialistic things in ourselves that we don't really take the time every day to seek the things that bring us joy. And so we need to use more time finding things that are cool to us. So that was my article that I read. I thought it was super interesting. I'd like to know more about how the brain works with it. Cool. Thanks for watching.